All right, I think I'm live here. Good morning, traders. My name is Joseph with Smart Money Traders. We are live at the moment, about to look at the market together here. Today is Wednesday. Actually, today is Tuesday, February 11th. So the month is really flying by. Friday will be half of the month. February is a very short month, so it's going to be over before you know it. Now we have today. Before I jump into that, let me just say this is for educational purposes only. This is not a recommendation to buy or sell any futures contracts or foreign exchange contracts. So it's really an educational stream. You can learn how to, basically approach the market from the point of view of someone that's been trading for quite a while. Also, I'm here to learn. So trading is one of those things you will never stop learning about it. So with that said, definitely expect that you guys participate, ask questions, have comments, tell me what you see, tell me what you're trading. It's all definitely going to be beneficial to everyone. So with that said, today definitely is a day that we're going to have to be very, very careful trading. I mean, not that we don't have to be any other time, but we have the Fed Chairman Powell testifying right at 10 o'clock this morning, 10 o'clock Eastern. So anytime that I say, by the way, it's Eastern because I'm on the East Coast. So like you say right now, it's 9:26. It's 9:26 right here. That's Eastern time. So with that said, we got Powell testifying at 10 a.m. and you got President Trump speaking at some point. We don't know exactly what time, but every time he speaks, usually the markets move one way or the other. And lately it's been because of the tariffs and everything else, it's usually going down. So we'll be very, very careful today as far as trading. As a matter of fact, for me, I think trading something other than ES today might be the way to go. I might take an ES, but I'd definitely be scalping in and out because we're not going to be staying in this market for long, 3-4 points at a time, and definitely trailing my stop very tight because if I were to get into profit. With that said, with that in the back of our minds, we know today will be a could be a very, very, very volatile day. But let's look at last night real quick. It's 3 minutes to last night. We had this is Sunday night when the market opened, gap down all the way down, and really closed the gap within the hour. So yesterday, this was yesterday here, and this is 5 p.m. last night. We had any sign of tariffs make it official on steel and aluminum. So the market really kind of went down from there. Retracement. And so far, this market, we're bearish on it today. And there's so many things aligning to the downside, but we have this big value gap. I think they're going to attack that today, maybe go through it, because we opened at 85. Right now, we traded as low as 57. So it's about 28 points down from where we opened. So we're looking at this here as definitely a way to, I think shorting this market today does make sense, but at the same time, we're right on top of support. And this band here is, at some point, was resistance back in about 8 days ago. There was resistance. Now, it may definitely serve as support, and we have the fair value gap here. So we'll definitely have to be careful approaching the ES today. And here, let's look at the NQ real quick. NQ, same scenario, really. We got the fair value gap created on Sunday night. We're approaching that. This band here was resistance at some point. Well, support here. So meaning now it may serve as basically going back into it. Could be at resistance and to go down. So let me just do a couple markings on the chart right here. So we may see something like that going back and going. And same thing with the ES, because they technically broke this. So now they probably go back into it and get lower. Yeah, am I looking at the ES? Because this doesn't look like the ES. Let's reload this. I don't want to reload the whole data because if I do, everything's going to get reloaded. Let's reload the whole data then. This doesn't look like ES. Yeah, that's NQ. We're missing some data points here in the ES. Yeah, we are missing some data points here. There's some bars that are missing here. But here, come back up, and there's a fair value gap here that got created by those two big candles that you saw. Similarly, that you saw on the NQ that was created on the ES. So I'm not sure what's going on with that data here. This is where we are right now. We're pushing higher. I think it's 9:31. Oh, we already started. The market is. So for me, this is an up move to go lower. That's what I can see here. Definitely some buying happening in this market at the moment. We are right at VWAP would be the setup to go short here, but typically we wait 5 minutes before we act. So we're gonna do the same here. No exception. We're not gonna make an exception to that. The buyers are definitely very, very aggressive at the moment. So, but again, we had VWAP be set up here to go short. It goes. Yeah, good morning, Jimmy. Yes, it's definitely trying to go higher here. When I think about it, especially on Sunday, when the world market dropped on Sunday, opened down, but kind of quickly closed that gap, which I'm not sure why we're not seeing. We're missing a couple of bars here on the ES, but the market went up. That just told me that we had largely ignored the tariff talk, but last night when we opened, it seems like we care again about it. So I'm not sure. Because here, this definitely is a big drop. I mean, it's a nice little move down from last night. So at the moment, we're going to be looking to, trade this market accordingly. We're above VWAP at the moment. 75 definitely could be potential resistance. We'll see We'll see how it goes here. 75 definitely could be potential resistance. And the ES got to 73.5. It's gonna sell, got a little bit of rejection going on right now. Let's see, let me put this back up. So about 10 o'clock is the time that really, if we're taking a trade right now, based on the technicals and based on the order flow right now, should be it. Like in the next few minutes, I'm still pushing higher. When we get to 77, 78, that's another barrier. So there's a lot of barriers up there. So I don't think I'm interested in buying at internals are bloody red. I mean, this is setting up for a short eventually. I think we're squaring off the position from overnight to get to. Yeah, I think this is a short setting up at the moment here. Or could it be a retracement from this move higher? Find out real quick. So essentially what I'd like to see here is a pullback towards 75 again, but without going over it. It'll be hard to do because 75.50 is the high. 75.50 is the high. So, let's see if we can bounce our view off here and go higher without making a new high. If we turn around, then we might be inclined to make a go short there. Let's see. NQ is kind of doing the same thing. NQ is going lower here. Kind of ranging here, but again, we're going to have a sell stop limit here at some point. I think I do have. We may trade one contracts again today. Yeah, we're having definitely some movement down here. Let's see. We go lower here. We'll be shorting it. 71.75 will be our entry. If we could get to 65 here, stop would be above here. That's the proper stop here, above the high. This is 4 points. Wonder if we can climb, scream down into 65, sorry. Yeah, and Jimmy Ellie kind of screamed to the downside. That was too big of a bar for me in the first bar was basically too big for me to. Looks like the live cattle is going lower. I know the way the market's open, this is more like a cattle trend trade, but I'm looking at this here. We may definitely get taken out here for a loss, but see how things go here. So let me know what you guys are trading, anything that you guys are seeing in the market here. I'm short ES. See if this is gonna pay out enough. See if there's gonna be a win or a lose or loss. We get out of this market before 10 o'clock, before Powell start to speak here. That would be a good thing if this happened. We can get out of this market, maybe a one and done here. Oh, it's not a good sign for us. Looks like buyers are trying to get back in this market here. Yeah, this is probably going to be a loss here. We're at 71 3/4 down here too. We're seeing some selling right now at the moment, but I don't know if it's aggressive enough to make a difference here. But let's see what happens here. Ellie just stuck here. Again, I see the sellers are trying, but the buyers are still present. Yeah, definitely. I will be moving. If I were to get into profit here, I'll move my stop to break even. And basically, my stop is where I feel I'm comfortable losing that. Hey, if this goes against me, it's fine. That's why I'm trading only one contract here. Give it enough time to work itself out here. Stop probably gonna be moved to break even if we go below. If we were to go below 70, which would be up 2 points. But right now we're seeing a big little fight between the buyers and sellers, which I kind of got in knowingly, thinking there would be, because this was starting to range here before I got in. So that's on me, I really could have picked a better spot. But right now we're seeing the selling coming in. So let's see if we can get anywhere. I think we're gonna move our stop here to down 2 points, 72 3/4 here. Yeah, it's not continuing, so I'm gonna go back to my original stop. Just not ready yet to be moved down. Looks like we might be about to get taken out here. See if the sellers will come in, but the buyers are still aggressive here. Yeah, give it another point. I'm looking at gold on my other screen here. Gold is just at a wild night. Went up 20-some points, and then now it's down from where it's open yesterday. So it's a big roller coaster here on gold. All right, let's see if this trade will work out here. Yeah, we can see some selling coming in here. So see if we can get this here. Very low volume for now. So all those dots are the average volume for those buys at that time based on the last 2 months, 2+ months. So, telling me, hey, even this move up here was done in very low volume. Yeah. Got caught in the back and forth market here. Powell testifying starts in about 4 minutes. 3 minutes now. So let's see that this is going to be a quick move down, or we already have a stop in place to this pivot here. At this point, very low volume. 18 seconds after 59. So less than a minute here, we should see a move either strongly to the upside or to the downside here. Now, for the sake of our position, we would like it to see it to the downside, but we are protected here. We got to stop. That's 675. Let's see if we can 8 seconds. There you go. It looks like we got some selling going on here. So what just happened to me here? Okay. So I guess, we knew that was going to happen here with Powell testifying. There would be some wild movement. What just happened here? Is this definitely going to stay away from ES at the moment with Powell testifying. Trying to get, if we can. Yeah, we're definitely going to leave the ES alone here for a second. We're going to look into gold. On my other screen here, I went short gold. Let me see if this, this reflects over here. So I'm short gold here. Let's see if we can get to the next swing. So we're going to we can capture 2 points on gold here. Maybe 20, 23. Capture 1 point on gold. Now the ES wants to go lower. That's funny. Yeah. ES is still what they did here. They just got some people long and short. People got boozled here. So let's see if we can. Yeah. Not to go. There's something else than ES here. ES is going lower as I was predicting. Gold, as you can see, we're trying to capture a big move on gold here, but we may not. It may come back and tag us out for a loss here, but see if we can make a no low. If we make a no low on gold here, we're going to capture another point. We got tagged out on gold. Well, ES is definitely going to behave a little erratic now at the moment because of what we what we're dealing with. Testifying, definitely not good. Could be messing with ES, some other things to trade here. It's going higher. I think volatile. So even this candle, when I look at this candle, the 1003, the candle that closed at 1003 here, this is a 2-minute chart. Even this candle, the average volume was a little higher than that volume for this candle, even with Powell testifying. Meaning people are not really in this market at the moment. They're not really participating as much as we can, because this indicator down here just gives me the relative volume for this particular bar at that time, in average at that time, over the last 2+ months. So telling me, hey, there's not, volume is very light at the moment, which is understandable, because when Powell is testifying, you don't know what he's gonna say. So that definitely give you pause. As a matter of fact, let me log onto my E-Trade account and see if we can get a feed on that. Yeah, it'll be a little back and forth here, which we don't want to be part of. We may look at this market again. As far as let's see, there's some of the things that Powell is saying. I mean, typically when Powell is speaking, he tends to paint a better picture, than he actually is. So if the market reacts to that, we could see a move higher here. The market went all the way down to 67, now it's at 70 and change. So just based on that alone, that could be well positioned to go higher. Put the caption on here, because I got so many other noise going on in my computer. I don't think I want. Let me see, what's this comment here? Volume. Yeah, that volume was very big. It was, when you think about it in average, it was not even an average volume. It was barely an average bar. Yeah, so I'm going to put this on the screen here. But just to look at this again here, this bar, as you can see, was a bar that got people both long and short. Now it looks like they may want to move. This market probably, at the moment, based on what Powell said so far, I would, buying this market may not be a bad thing right here. I think we're probably going to go higher from here. Actually, 10, there's a lot of news that come at 10, Jimmy. I mean, not every day, but there's a lot of news that come at 10 o'clock. PMI, like ISM manufacturing and all those things. When you go back, usually 10 o'clock is a big news item, typically. But again, I just don't feel comfortable trading this at the moment here. Maybe I was short. I'm not sure if you saw that, Jimmy. I was short. I shorted gold. See, gold went back down. It's funny. No, actually, gold is still up from where I shorted it. I shorted gold at 22. I was able to get 10 ticks out of it. I was trying to trail for a big, for a big move, but it didn't give it to me. But we made plus 10 ticks on gold, which I'll take. LE right now, which is live cattle. Looks like it's forming a bottom. On my other screen, I'm looking at LE. What happened to my ES is, I think we had some data lag. My stop didn't get moved on time, and because when we get the news, it went down to 69 and then went higher. With the data lag, I was, my stop wasn't moved because I have an ATM that moves that 6 ticks, so it didn't get moved. So I got a full loss on it. So it got taken out above 75 3/4. Then I made a little money back on GC, and now I'm looking at cattle, live cattle here, which setting up as a long, but just don't trust it at the moment. So Powell is testifying in front of the Senate today, and the House tomorrow. So both today and tomorrow will definitely be some day to take caution. I'm honestly, when I think about what 10 o'clock came, right before 10 o'clock, I'm talking the hindsight, which is, no, I wasn't in the ES long. Maybe you were. Good for you, Jimmy. Good job. So again, right now, if I were to decide flip a coin in this market, it would be going higher. But this is not how we trade. We can't be flipping coins on markets. This market looks like he's poised to go higher. In the space
bolstered by resilient consumer spending.
Well, this is Powell
Investment in equipment and intangibles appears to have declined in the fourth quarter, but was solid for the year. Following weakness in the middle of last year, activity in the housing sector seems to have stabilized. In the labor market, conditions remain solid and appear to have stabilized. Payroll job gains averaged 189,000 per month over the past 4 months. Following earlier increases, the unemployment rate has been steady now since the middle of last year, and at 4% in January remains low. Nominal wage growth has eased over the past year, and the jobs-to-workers gap has narrowed. Overall, a wide set of indicators suggests that conditions in the labor market are broadly in balance. The labor market is not a source of significant inflationary pressures. The strong labor market conditions in recent years have helped narrow long-standing disparities. Sorry, I was on mute all this time. I was saying that this market is kind of poised to go higher because typically Powell talks the economy up. So we can see some move higher here. Because way back here, I said, you know what, about 71. I said, this market is poised to go higher. Well, we're not going to be trying to trade it right now. We're going to wait for him to finish testifying. And if there's an opportunity, then at the time we can jump in. But at the moment, we're looking at different markets. We're looking at gold, which is one of them. Gold is kind of very volatile at the moment also. So we got to keep that in mind. But I'm looking at live cattle to go higher, but I can put live cattle on here. Let's put LE on here. Got the bigger picture on live cattle. I mean, what we did here, this market opened at 9:30, kind of straight down. I was trying to bounce higher. It's going to VWAP, so could be a place where they're trying to short it here again. Did he just say he's accountable to the American people? Is this a joke? Maybe the market didn't like that statement right there. We're accountable to the American people. I don't know, Jimmy. I don't know the last time they asked your opinion on anything. They didn't ask me my opinion on anything. So he said that he's accountable to the American people. So I'm like, really? Well, we're looking at LE right now, which is like the slow, the old man. It's like an old man instrument. Again, we really should be trying to short this, but it looks like there's a little lift off happening right now. Now, from a fib perspective, let me look and see what kind of fib level we on right now. This is live cattle. Yeah. About 96.22 here could be a place to. Oh, it's not. Could be a place to go short on live cattle. Yeah, days like today, we just stay away from the ES. That's going crazy. OG market. Yeah, that's the OG market. You go live cattle, or you look at another market that I used to trade too is soybeans. That's like for that reason I can. That's it. We're gonna duplicate this in a new tab and look at soybeans. Looks like live cattle is. Yeah, it hit the VWAP. Looks like he wants to go lower here. If we can do a retest, let me see, 90. So he got to 196 and did what it did here. I'm gonna change my NDT to first time I trade live cattle on the stream. That might be it today for me. Too many. This is not the one. Honestly, like at this position, cattle is it's really a down move to me here. Let's see if we can sell it here. As we're getting, I think this is a 13 tick. We're gonna give it 15 tick. Let's see if we can come back to this level here. All right, we short live cattle. There's supposed to be resistance here. Check and see, make sure I have the right amount of tick. Put it on. All right, let's do that. We're up 3 ticks, 4 ticks. If we can take out the swing, 195.62 half, we might. But with the cattle, live cattle here, should have a tighter stop. This is okay. Gotta move this down so I can see that. You are still hip. Yeah, I understand. If you're trading ES right now, you're definitely gambling. If somebody trading ES, it's almost gambling right now. Looks like our live cattle trade is not working out for now. I want to give it 15 ticks. Let me see. Let's just make sure that's what I'm giving it, which is 30. Sure was my stop 30. Yeah, give it 16 ticks.
give it enough room because we may see a punch up here again. And now, as far as ultimate target on this would be, ultimate target on live cattle here could be below 95 because, we got to 194. Can we revisit? I think we can revisit those lows again. This market is moving higher. The ES is moving higher because, again, Powell is doing his best to kind of talk it up. All right. When I'm looking at live cattle here, we went from 198.25 to 190. Let me see projection for live cattle here. So essentially here we're at break even on live cattle. Because this market is so whippy sometimes. Okay. Right now we're going to keep it at break even. If it comes back in tag us as break even, that's fine. Yeah, if you're trying to get in ES right now, it would be definitely chasing right now. Yeah, I agree with you, Jimmy. Definitely would be chasing. And again, the move on ES, and this is not hindsight. This is not hindsight talking here. This is, and in the moment, I said right here, at 71, 72, I said this market is primed to go higher by the very fact that Powell is going to try to talk the economy up, trying to, make it sound better than it actually is. So live cattle right now might take us out for a break-even trade. I don't care. I really don't care at the moment because I don't want it. He may come back and tag us out like it did 2 days ago, but that's fine. We got taken out at break-even. This is time to go along here. Yeah, I think ES is kind of overextended here. So this is what live cattle did here. It just went higher. Look at gold. We did say live cattle had a chance here to go back, get some people along here and go lower. Some people are getting bamboozled here. We're gonna try to go short here below this candle. If we go lower here, there you go. We are short. I was trying to find a place to go. I only have, I think, 9 ticks or 11 ticks on live cattle right now. 11 tick stop and this much of a move. As a matter of fact, let me measure it here. I think my ruler is in ticks, so it'll tell us. Yeah, we got 11 tick stop, which is, I think, plenty. If it goes down here. Again, we're going to try this again. Live cattle trade $10 a tick. So we're seeing 110 here to make this much here. I think we're trying to make about 36 ticks. Down 3 ticks here. We may get chased out of this market here, but went short based on this is a down move earlier. And we're like expecting VWAP to be resistant, which it did. We're up about 9 ticks. We moved to break even. Definitely, yeah, we're going to have to. Now, win, lose, or draw this, I think we're probably going to be closing the stream. It's 10:34. And kind of want to go away for a little bit from the screens. And then live cattle closes at 2:05 p.m. Eastern. It can be a slow moving market, but it can be jumpy as well. So again, if they jump up here and get us out, we'll stay out. We'll stay out probably. At least maybe we're gonna look at this market again later on after 1 o'clock to lunchtime. So essentially today we took 4 trades. This is the 4th one. We took 1 on ES, which was a loss. It was kind of bounce us out, and then we had 1 on gold for sure. We got 10 ticks out of it. And live cattle, we took a trade earlier here, and we had. So I want to just put this back up because I definitely reduced my risk here. My risk is reduced, so I'm trying to see if we can make a new low on live cattle. If we make a new low on live cattle, so I'm on 8 ticks from 11 ticks now. I'm risking. So right now, if we come back and jump back up, I don't want to be part of this anymore. So I'm at break even now. Live cattle. So ultimately, if we can get a halfway to move from this point, we'll get halfway to move that we already have from the top to the bottom. And that target would be about 194.05. 194.05, which is probably going to be right here. That would be halfway. My projection is based on halfway to move. So if I do this, if I squeeze this in, This is where we started. Went down, came back to VWAP. If we break this, can we get to 194.05? Which, if I do F9 here, if I go from here to here and to this point, this is where we would be. Halfway would be 67.05. Yeah. All right. Right now we're at break even, so we're gonna let it work itself out. If we break this down, we're gonna probably, let's say we're up 10. We're gonna try to trail this by 10 ticks. So trailing it by 10 ticks. So at one point we're up 4. Let's capture 4 points here, which is this. No, this is 2. 4 points would be right here. So we're gonna capture 4 ticks here. We're gonna trail it by 10 ticks. All right. So we should capture at least 10 ticks over here. Let's see, where's 10 ticks to? I wish I was trading it from my other computer, but that's okay. Let's capture 8 ticks on this. It's about 8 ticks. Because here was the support. So we may bounce here for a little bit. I don't want to get ticked out. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. This is the thing with trailing. You just never know where they're going to come back to. But I know, Jimmy, nice trade. I'm itching for 60.80. Yes, I'm pushing high of day. Let me look at ES. Yeah, 83. Half day so far is 87.25. Which was the open for? I think that was the open. I mean, this is where the high happened last night, 87. But definitely, there could be some. But I'm trading the OG instrument here, live cattle. ES is a little too crazy right now with Powell testifying, so we're diversifying to live cattle here. I was going to put soybeans on. Soybeans. The grains usually move opposites of live cattle. That doesn't surprise me. Soybeans is going higher and live cattle is going lower. That's is when you trade live cattle, you definitely have to be patient. It can move really slow, but also it can jump really high. So, fast. It can jump really fast, but it can also move slow. Most of the time move slow, but this is not a sexy market. This is not exciting like NQ or ES. But honestly, you make the same amount of money. You can make the same amount of money trading live cattle if you're trading ES or NQ. Just gotta know what you do. Go from there. Again, it would suck that if it goes back up here and tag me out, but that's just part of the game. I had to get a little piece of this, at least pay for the commissions, because the first trade was a break even. Flat break even. No, that second trade here right now, we might be taken out. Yeah, this is the thing with trailing your stop. They came back and tagged you out, and now they're going. Yeah, and again, we did say this was kind of like a support area right here, so they got to it, and looks like they want to move higher. Will they go back and test VWAP again? We don't. I'm still bearish on live cattle here, but if we get a bar to the downside, I may try another short, but really tight stop right above this high. This is bound to be broken. Yeah. Or if we get a bar higher here, a long could be in play. It's really not clear at the moment. Yeah, we have to have the day for the Globex here at 88. I just wish sometime I'd take my own advice, because 71, I said 71, 72, I'm like, this market is bound to go higher. But I just wasn't feeling comfortable trading in this environment because it could have gone either way. 71, my stop would have been down here at about 5 points. So pretty much going to think the way I think it's going to go. But as you can see, this is a declining. There's not much volume. Now this has some. This is the average volume, and this bar is higher than the volume on this bar is higher than the average volume. So that's a good thing. Yeah, cattle is going lower. Look at the top left chart here. Yeah, that's us. Yeah, cattle's going lower here as expected. Unfortunately, they came back and tagged us out break even. Not break even, plus. I think we got +8 on that one. +8 ticks on that one. But this is a dangerous area. Yeah, this was resistance. This was support, become resistance. Technically arranging. It's really a short below 55, or long at 196, but it's just right. It's just a round number. I would definitely favor the short better here than the long. No, that indicator is not the NTA. Does NTA has a wealthy volume indicator? I didn't even know that. See, this is why we do this stream. We can always learn something. This is just a relative volume. It goes back 80 days. I got 80 days. For it to really worth it, you got to at least put a couple months worth of data on there. So I have 80 days. No, with the weekends, that's about 2+ months. But as you can see here, volume is, for the day so far, this day is, at this point, it's only 63% of the volume of a typical day. So it's a low volume environment here. I think people are waiting for Powell to stop, to finish speaking and figure out which way they want to go. But let's look at LE here. To me, LE could be playing things on my chart. On my other chart here, LE looks like he wants to go lower here. Well, it happened. Yeah, 60.90. I think they might be shooting for 6100 today. Definitely, they're really close to it. Even though in this markets nowadays, 10 points is really nothing. Yeah, I'm not trusting the short here at the support level. As a matter of fact, if we see a bounce to the upside here, I might take it, and my stop would be obviously below. Looks like the sellers have exhausted whatever they had. I don't know. Let's find out. We got taken in here. Stop below here. Let's see if we can get 20 ticks at least on that. Yes, the buyers are very happy right now, pushing this market higher. There you go. A few ticks below here. Might regret this long here. Yeah, there you go. I'm not sure why I was trying to go long here. Crazy. All right. I think I'm going to end the stream here. And good luck with the rest of the day trading. Jimmy, looks like you're the only one in here. It's almost 11 o'clock. It's going to be time for... This is the kind of stuff that I need to get my trading here. Thinking, hey, we're getting a little higher here, but no. We're not going higher. We're going lower. We're going back to the original direction. Yeah, GC looks like it's setting up to go higher, but yeah. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and have enjoyed the rest of your day. Bye-bye. God bless. Take care.